Okay, so I got a brand new camera, and there's a brand new shop in the coming right now. Hopefully, there's no flickering. And we're gonna be talking about the entire new shop for December. This is a big shop that you don't want to miss out on because it has a very important constellation that you're gonna need to pick up this time. And if you miss out on it, you're gonna be waiting another 6 months, and you're gonna hate yourself. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, guys, it is time for the new shop on Asia, and let's see what we get. There's a new month, beautiful new month. Last month we predicted something that should happen, but let's see. I believe. And the winner is Barbara and Kaya. All right. So it's exactly what we thought it was gonna be. No changes there. We're gonna definitely pick up the Kaya constellation. I 100% recommend that everybody pick up a Kaya constellation, okay? 100%, not even close, okay? So if you're a person that likes Zhang Ling, okay? If you really like Zhang Ling, you'll love Kaya, okay? It's not even like close to like the recommendation. So my Kaya right now is only level 20 on my Asia server account, but I have a triple crown Kaya on my free-to-play account, and it's definitely worth. Okay, we're gonna get C5 Kaya starting tomorrow based on this shop on my free-to-play account. So I will be doing a separate video on Kaya tomorrow. So check that out. It will go over the big difference between C4 and C5. C6 gets really big. It's a huge constellation. Okay, Kaya constellations really start getting good at C2. The reason C2 is such a really powerful constellation is because what happens on C2 is that you basically can double the duration of Kaya's ultimate by getting C2 if you get kills with it. And that's pretty easy to do in the context of how you're gonna be using him. And overall, Kaya's on his damage is really similar to the way that Zhang Ling works on his elemental burst damage. Now, the way it works for Zhang Ling is that every single rotation on Zhang Ling can vaporize and reverse vaporize. But with Kaya constellations, every fourth hit it's gonna melt on your Kaya melt procs. It will also help you with freeze compositions, etc. for a lot of different teams. So he's overall one of the best long-term investments in Genshin. I definitely recommend getting him. He gets really good. His best constellations overall are gonna be C2, C5, and C6. I've been waiting for this constellation for a very long time on my free-to-play account, so I'm super excited to get this one on my Asia server account and other accounts. Now, going back to the shop, this is the other thing we gotta know. Other shops that are coming out, there's not really any other shops before the end of the year. No, this is the last one in 2021. We just had the Bennett shop recently. The other shops after this are gonna be like a bunch of skip shops after this. So this is the last time for the next few months to burn your Masterless Star Glitter on something that's actually valuable for your account on a long-term progression scale. So I definitely recommend picking that up. Now, if you're new to Genshin and you're wondering about the royal weapons, all of these weapons are really good if you're super early into the game, but once you actually get some kind of stat line, they are all awful, okay? They don't scale well into endgame, so please don't pick up any of the royal weapons. The better weapons overall are the Blacklift weapons. They scale better for like open world content, endgame content, etc., stuff like that. They're much better for those sets of contents. The only weapon that's even remotely worth getting is the Royal Grimoire for certain Kokomi builds. So if you're like a mad lad going for a crit build on Kokomi, know that if you're going for this Royal Grimoire, the new set bonus for Kokomi doesn't crit. So even if you go for a mad lad crit ratio on this weapon, you're still not gonna get a freeze comp to crit with Kokomi with over like 40 or 50% crit chance on Kokomi, whatever you can obtain. It's not gonna happen. So you can't crit on Kokomi with the overhealing with Royal Grimoire. It's just not gonna work, okay? It's not a weapon for you. This is not the right weapon. Barbara doesn't need this. There's no other characters that are gonna use it. The only other character that's even close is Royal Spears for Rosaria, and that's because the crit rate on this mechanic actually does snapshot a bit, so it's weird. You can make it work. As always, of course, please pick up your summons. If you're free to play, pick up both if you can. If you can't, just pick up the Intertwines. We got a bunch of stuff coming out for the next year that's going to be very important. For Barbara Constellations, obviously don't pick that up because Barbara's on literally no banners, but hey, don't pick it up at all. Okay? Don't pick up Barbara no matter what you do, even if you're missing Barbara, okay? Trust on this. You'll get Barbara for free. And her constellations are trash. And no way should ever pick up a Barbara constellation, okay? It's not worth. All right, the following months, what we got after this. Next month, if the banner shop holds in rotation. Next month, the only thing you're gonna have to get is Fischl and Xiangling. So next month, if you're thinking about saving for Fischl or saving for Xiangling, know that Fischl might actually come back on a banner very, very soon. So don't try to save for Fischl. Xiangling constellations are really valuable. So next month, it could be a big one for you. But the thing is, Xiangling's on every banner. The other reason that you should pick up a Kaya constellation is if you did not know this about Genshin Impact, you cannot, it is impossible, you cannot pull Kaya on the base banner. If you look at all the 4 stars on the banner, you cannot pull him. He is an unsummonable unit for character banners. You can only summon him on the base banner, okay? Let's just say I go to a base banner and do my base banner summons right now. This is the only way to get them. Hey, look, it's Kaya, right? No, it's a BS. But the thing is, Kaya actually, as a 4-star rate, has a lower rate than pulling a 5-star character. Any 5-star character, like just pulling a single 5-star character, Kaya actually has a lower rate than that. So it's extremely valuable. This is a 5-star level rarity constellation to pick up. Don't miss it. It's very important because otherwise your summons are just gonna look like this every single time, okay? As far as other summons go, I'm saving mine right now for Ito and Goru for this account, so we'll see how good they are and everything. So just know, Kaya gets super good with constellations. I'm gonna take it. I've bought literally every constellation for Kaya so far out of the shop. I don't think I've ever summoned him on my Asia server account, and I've gotten 3. So you could get up to 3 at this point if you've been playing since the launch of this game. As now, I have 3 Kaya constellations. If I end up pulling him on the base banner one time, in 6 months, I could have a C5 Kaya on my Asia server account. But in 6 months, I will definitely have a C6 Kaya on my free-to-play account. All you needed to pull was like 2 Kayas, and within 2 years of Genshin Impact, you can literally have a C6 Kaya as a free-to-play player. It's totally possible with 2 summons on Kaya. All right. Next month, we're going to get the return of the Blacklift weapons, so you can save for those. But my personal recommendation is Kaya is much more important than picking up a weapon, because the Blacklift weapons, of course, you know, are a little bit finicky when, of course, getting them procced out. I have an R5 Blacklift on my Asia server account. A lot of people ask if they're worth refining. If you're free to play, don't ever refine Blacklift weapons. They're only good for your primary DPS, and then really they're good as a stat stick placeholder until you get a 5-star weapon for the character you care about, and they're only good for main DPS characters. So just know that if you're looking for a really good weapon for like Ayaka or whatnot, if you're trying to refine that weapon, it does work. It's just only good for one type of character, and that's a character that stays on field, because the procs on a Blacklift never work when you're off field. For future summon saving, I don't think that you're gonna have to worry about anything in the shop for the rest of 2022 till like March or so, and we have some other characters coming after that. The shop following that, it's gonna be Beidou and Noelle, and the shop following that, it will be Ningguang and Shinku, and then finally back in like April, we'll be back on Razor. So just know that we have a long time in between shops right now before constellations that you have to pick up, so this is a very big reason to pick up Kaya. But that's gonna do for this video. My name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.